India now ranks number 1 in the list of countries by population with 1.4 billion people. And with that huge population, it's easy to understand why the country has up to 22 official languages, including Gujarati, which is now finally available on the Ling app, as Ling is trying to build bridges through languages and create an easy path to hard languages. Many people wonder if Gujarati and Hindi are similar. So in the second part of the video, we will go deeper with a quick analysis to compare the two languages with the same sentences from the Ling app. But first, let's delve into what makes Gujarati special. Gujarati is an Indo-Aryan language spoken primarily in the Indian state of Gujarat, but also in neighboring Pakistan, as well as the Union territories of Daman, Diu, Dadra, and Nagar Haveli. But that is not all. Gujarati has a global presence. Gujarati-speaking communities are found around the world, particularly in countries such as the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, South Africa, and Kenya, owing to the large diaspora from Gujarat. Altogether, Gujarati is spoken by over 55 million people, making it one of the most widely spoken languages in India and the 26th most spoken language in the world. Gujarati has a long literary history dating back to the 12th century, with text and poetry that have contributed to Indian literature. The father of India, Mahatma Gandhi, was a native Gujarati speaker. His works and autobiography, The Story of My Experiments with Truth, were originally written in Gujarati. Gujarati script, while derived from Devanagari, has unique characteristics and a distinct style. Unlike Devanagari, Gujarati script does not have a line running across the top of the letters. In this picture, you can see Gujarati script highlighted in yellow in contrast to Devanagari used by languages such as Hindi and Nepali. Gujarat is known as the land of entrepreneurs due to its significant contribution to India's business and trade. Many successful Indians in business and industry are of Gujarati origin. But this phenomenon is nothing new. Records from Roman, Greek, and Arab visitors since times immemorial have taken note of this region's entrepreneurial spirit. Trade guilds called Shrenis and Mahajans have been in existence since the early days of the 18th century. Gujarati cuisine is renowned for its variety and flavors. Dishes like dokla, tepla, and fafta are popular not only in India, but also internationally. And if you participate in the Navratri festival, you can get a chance to watch traditional Garba and Dadinya dances. Both Gujarati and Hindi have their roots deeply embedded in Sanskrit, the ancient classical language of India. Sanskrit is the progenitor of many modern Indo-Aryan languages. Both Gujarati and Hindi evolved from Prakrit languages, which themselves developed from Sanskrit. A significant portion of the vocabulary in both languages is derived from Sanskrit. Many formal and literary terms in Gujarati and Hindi trace back to Sanskrit roots. The grammatical structures of Gujarati and Hindi, including verb conjugations and sentence formation, have been influenced by Sanskrit. Both languages maintain certain grammatical features inherited from Sanskrit. Now let's dive into comparison of Gujarati and Hindi by looking how the same sentences are constructed in both languages. This will help highlight the similarities and differences, giving you a clearer understanding of each language's unique characteristics.
હું અંગ્રેજી બોલું છું.
मैं अंग्रेजी बोलती हूँ.
different pronouns used for I.
हूँ मैं
Both languages use a similar term for English,
अंग्रेजी
derived from the same root. Gujarati does not change the verb form based on gender in the present tense. More about that in a moment. Both sentences end with the auxiliary verb to be, indicating the present tense.
हूँ अंग्रेजी बोलूँ छूँ मैं अंग्रेजी बोलती हूँ.
The verb to be in Gujarati and Hindi is used as an auxiliary verb to form the present tense. So let's look at the conjugation of this verb in both languages. First person singular, Gujarati.
હું છું.
Hindi.
मैं हूँ.
First person plural, Gujarati.
અમે છીએ.
Hindi.
हम हैं.
Second person singular, informal, Gujarati.
તું છે.
Hindi.
तुम है.
Second person plural is also used for the formal form of use singular and plural, Gujarati.
તમે છો.
Hindi.
आप है.
Third person singular, Gujarati.
તે છે.
Hindi.
वो है.
Third person plural, Gujarati.
તેઓ છે.
Hindi.
वे हैं.
In Gujarati, I speak male speaker is
હું બોલું છું.
the same as for a female speaker.
હું બોલું છું.
But in Hindi, in the case of a male speaker, it is,
मैं बोलता हूँ.
and in the case of a female speaker, it is.
मैं बोलती हूँ.
However, in the past tense, Gujarati does distinguish between male and female. So I spoke male is,
હું બોલ્યો હતો.
and female is.
હું બોલી હતી.
For Hindi, male is,
मैंने बोला.
and female is.
मैंने बोली.
ખાઓ હું જાપાનીઝ ખાવાનું ખાઉં છું.
खाना
मैं जापानी खाना खा रही हूँ.
Both languages use similar words for Japanese.
जापानी
For food, they have the same Sanskrit root, kad, which means to eat.
खावानु खाना.
The Gujarati verb in this tense does not change based on gender,
खाऊं छू.
while the Hindi does. More about rahi in a moment. Both sentences use the auxiliary verb to be
छू. हूँ.
to indicate the present tense in the case of Gujarati and the present progressive in the case of Hindi.
હું જાપાનીઝ ખાવાનું ખાઉં છું. मैं जापानी खाना खा रही हूँ. मैं जापानी खाना खा रही हूँ.
I am eating Japanese food. In Hindi, the verb form
रही.
is used for the progressive tense, which indicates an ongoing action.
रहा.
Is used for a singular male subject.
रहे.
Is used for plural male subjects or a mixed gender group.
रही.
Is also used for all female groups. This is different from the simple present used in
मैं बोलता हूँ.
I speak male subject, which indicates a habitual action or general state. Gujarati also has a present continuous tense or present progressive tense with gender agreement. In fact, there are two variations. First, using
तो.
for male subject,
ती.
for female subject,
ताक.
for plural subjects, male or female. Let's look at it more closely. For male subjects, the verb ends in
तो.
as in
ખાવતો. હું જાપાનીઝ ખાવતો છું.
I am eating Japanese food. Male subject. For female subjects, the verb form ends in
તી.
as in
ખાવતી. હું જાપાનીઝ ખાવતી છું.
I am eating Japanese food. Female. For plural subjects, the same for male, female, and mixed groups, unlike Hindi, the verb form ends in
તાક.
as in
ખાવતા. અમે જાપાનીઝ ખાવતા છીએ.
we are eating Japanese food. Plural subject. The second form is the emphatic present continuous tense or emphatic present progressive tense with gender, using
રહ્યો.
for male,
રહી.
for female,
રહ્યા.
for plural. Emphatic in the sense of the process of doing something. Let's take a closer look with example sentences. For male subjects,
હું જાપાનીઝ ખાવતો રહ્યો છું.
for female subjects,
હું જાપાનીઝ ખાવતી રહી છું.
and for plural subjects.
અમે જાપાનીઝ ખાવતા રહ્યા છીએ.
વાંચો. એ ચાઇનીઝ ચોપડી વાંચી રહ્યો છે.
पढ़ना वो एक चीनी किताब पढ़ता है.
The Gujarati sentence is in the present progressive,
એ ચાઇનીઝ ચોપડી વાંચી રહ્યો છે.
while the Hindi sentence is in the simple present.
वो एक चीनी किताब पढ़ता है.
Both sentences use different words for he.
એ
वो
Both languages use similar words for Chinese.
ચાઇનીઝ
चीनी
In Gujarati,
ચોપડી વાંચી
is the most commonly used term in everyday speech, often referring to school books, notebooks, or ledgers.
किताब
Might be used in more formal, religious, or literary contexts, influenced by the historical Persian and Arabic lexicon that has been integrated into Gujarati. The Gujarati sentence
એ ચાઇનીઝ ચોપડી વાંચી રહ્યો છે.
uses the present progressive is reading,
વાંચી રહ્યો છે.
while Hindi
वो एक चीनी किताब पढ़ता है.
uses the simple present reads.
पढ़ता है.
Both sentences use the auxiliary verb to be.
છે.
है.
પીવું. એ ગરમ કોફી લે છે.
पीना.
वह गर्म कॉफी पीती है.
Different pronouns are used for she.
એ
वह
The word for hot coffee is very similar.
ગરમ કોફી
गर्म कॉफी
લે છે.
Means take in Gujarati, implying accepting or taking, while
पीती है.
means drink in Hindi, explicitly stating the action.
એ ગરમ કોફી લે છે.
वह गर्म कॉफी पीती है.
ખરીદવું. તું અંગ્રેજી સમાચાર પત્ર ખરીદજે.
खरीदना.
आप अंग्रेजी अखबार खरीदते हैं.
તું
Gujarati is informal, while
आप
Hindi is formal. The Gujarati
સમાચાર પત્ર
comes from Sanskrit and reflects a literal translation of newsletter, while the Hindi
अखबार
is derived from Arabic, meaning news or report. The Gujarati
ખરીદજે.
is an informal command, while
खरीदते हैं.
in Hindi is a statement of habitual action.
તું અંગ્રેજી સમાચાર પત્ર ખરીદજે.
आप अंग्रेजी अखबार खरीदते हैं.
ભાત. હું ભાત ખાઉં છું.
चावल. मैं चावल खाती हूँ. चावल. मैं चावल खाती.
Gujarati uses
ભાત.
for cooked rice and
चावल
or
चोखा.
for uncooked rice. Hindi primarily uses
चावल.
for rice, while
ભાત.
is recognized but less commonly used, often in specific dialects or contexts. Both verbs come from the same Sanskrit root kaud, meaning to eat.
હું ભાત ખાઉં છું.
मैं चावल खाती हूँ.
સંગીત. મને જાપાની સંગીત સાંભળવું અને ગાવું ગમે છે.
संगीत. मुझे जापानी संगीत सुनना और जापानी गाने गाना पसंद है.
The Hindi sentence repeats Japanese music,
जापानी संगीत.
Japanese songs,
जापानी गाने.
while the Gujarati says listen to Japanese music
જાપાની સંગીત સાંભળવું
and sing.
અને ગાવું ગમે છે.
In both Gujarati and Hindi, the dative case is used to express personal feelings, like preference, liking, or desire. The pronouns
મને
in Gujarati and
मुझे
Hindi indicate to me. They both have the same word for music.
સંગીત
संगीत
Both verbs for listen to
સાંભળવું
सुनना
ultimately trace back to Sanskrit roots related to hearing, but they evolved differently through prakrit into their current forms. Both verbs meaning to sing
गावु
and
गाना
share the same Sanskrit root, gayati, which highlights the linguistic connection between the two languages.
મને જાપાની સંગીત સાંભળવું અને ગાવું ગમે છે.
मुझे जापानी संगीत सुनना और जापानी गाने गाना पसंद है.
મા બાપ. હું મા બાપ સાથે ખરીદી માટે જાઉં છું.
माता पिता.
मैं अपने माता पिता के साथ खरीदारी करने जाती हूँ.
The Hindi term is taken directly from Sanskrit,
माता
meaning mother,
पिता
meaning father. The Gujarati evolved from the same. Both
ખરીદી
in Gujarati and
खरीदारी
in Hindi stem from the same Persian root, kharid. The Gujarati verb
જાઉં છું.
and the Hindi verb
जाती हूँ.
both indicate the act of going, with gender-specific endings in Hindi.
હું મા બાપ સાથે ખરીદી માટે જાઉં છું.
मैं अपने माता पिता के साथ खरीदारी करने जाती हूँ.
સહવિદ્યાર્થી. અમે સહવિદ્યાર્થીઓ સાથે સોકર રમીએ છીએ.
सहपाठी.
हम अपने सहपाठियों के साथ फुटबॉल खेलते हैं.
The Gujarati means with or together and
સહવિદ્યાર્થીઓ
means students, while Hindi uses with and
सहपाठियों
from
पाठ
meaning lesson or study. As for soccer, both words are from English. The Gujarati word
रमवु
comes from the Sanskrit rama, to play, enjoy, or delight. The root of the Hindi verb
खेलना
is derived from the Sanskrit krida, which also means to play or to engage in sport.
સાથે
के साथ
Both expressions indicate the idea together with.
અમે સહવિદ્યાર્થીઓ સાથે સોકર રમીએ છીએ.
हम अपने सहपाठियों के साथ फुटबॉल खेलते हैं.
શિક્ષક મારા અને મારા સહધ્યાયી વચ્ચે શિક્ષક બેસે છે.
अध्यापक मेरे और मेरे सहपाठी के बीच में बैठते हैं.
In both languages
શિક્ષક
is a versatile term, while
अध्यापक
is often reserved for more formal contexts. The possessive pronoun
મારા
in Gujarati and
मेरे
in Hindi denote ownership or relation. Gujarati
सहध्यायी
also means classmate, but with a slightly more formal or academic tone. Similar to the previous term, it combines with
सहध्यायी
which relates to study or learning.
बच्चे
Comes from a root associated with circularity and position, whereas
बीच
directly stems from the concept of middle. In Hindi, postpositions like
में
meaning in follow the noun or pronoun. Gujarati also has postpositions.
बैसे छे
Is gender neutral and can be used for both singular and plural subjects.
बैठते हैं.
Is gendered, masculine or gender neutral, and plural. The feminine form would be
बैठती हैं.
અંદર બધા વિદ્યાર્થી વર્ગની અંદર છે.
अंदर सभी छात्र कक्षा के अंदर हैं.
बधा
is a native Gujarati term that has evolved within the language to indicate inclusiveness or totality in various contexts. Hindi
सभी
originates from the Sanskrit
सर्व
meaning all or everything
विद्यार्थी
and
छात्र
have their roots in Sanskrit and are present in both Gujarati and Hindi, though their usage varies depending on the context.
वर्ग
And
कक्षा
exist in both languages, but their usage varies.
वर्ग
Is more commonly used in Gujarati to mean class, while
कक्षा
is the standard term in Hindi. In Hindi,
वर्ग
is more often used to mean group or category, rather than specifically a classroom. For inside, the word is the same.
બધા વિદ્યાર્થી વર્ગની અંદર છે.
सभी छात्र कक्षा के अंदर हैं.
સગા સંબંધી એના સગા સંબંધી જાપાનમાં કામ કરે છે.
उसके रिश्तेदार जापान में काम करते हैं.
એના
And
उसके
are third person possessive pronouns. Derived from Sanskrit,
સગા
means blood relation or kin, and
સંબંધી
means relation or connection. Borrowed from Persian,
रिश्तेदार
means relationship or connection, and the suffix means holder or possession.
माँ
In Gujarati,
में
in Hindi, are postpositions meaning in. The structure of combining the noun work
काम
with the verb to do creates a phrase that means to work.
કામ કરે છે.
काम करते हैं.
એના સગા સંબંધી જાપાનમાં કામ કરે છે.
उसके रिश्तेदार जापान में काम करते हैं.
દાદા દાદી મારા દાદા દાદીને વાંચવું ગમે છે.
दादा दादी मेरे दादा दादी को किताबें पढ़ना पसंद है.
મારા
मेरे
Possessive pronouns used for my, plural masculine and feminine. As for grandparents,
દાદા દાદી
दादा दादी
are basically the same terms.
वाचवुम
Is from the Sanskrit root vachana, reading or speech. In Gujarati, it is the act of reading any written material. In Hindi,
वाचन
is used to mean reading aloud.
पढ़ना
Is from the Sanskrit root
पठ
which means to recite or to study. In Hindi, it refers to reading as well as studying or reciting texts, while Gujarati uses pa to refer to lesson or text. In Gujarati, the object books is implied, while the Hindi sentence explicitly mentions it.
મારા દાદા દાદીને વાંચવું ગમે છે.
मेरे दादा दादी को किताबें पढ़ना पसंद है.
પૌત્ર પૌત્રી એના પૌત્ર પૌત્રી ચાઇના યુનિવર્સિટીમાં ભણે છે.
पोता पोती उनके पोता पोती चीन के विश्वविद्यालय में पढ़ते हैं.
એના
उनके
Our third person possessive pronouns, grandchildren,
પૌત્ર પૌત્રી
पोता पोती
are similar terms for male and female grandchildren.
विश्वविद्यालय
is from Sanskrit and used in Hindi, meaning a place of universal knowledge. The equivalent word in Gujarati is
विश्वविद्यालय
Gujarati has the word
पाठ
which, like its Hindi counterpart,
पाठ
refers to a lesson or text that is studied or recited. However, Gujarati does not use
पाठ
as a verb meaning to read or to study. Instead, the verb to read in Gujarati is
वांचवू
and to study is banvu.
એના પૌત્ર પૌત્રી ચાઇના યુનિવર્સિટીમાં ભણે છે.
उनके पोता पोती चीन के विश्वविद्यालय में पढ़ते हैं.
પતિ એના પતિ પ્રખ્યાત કંપનીમાં ઇજનેર છે.
पति उसका पति एक प्रसिद्ध कंपनी में इंजीनियर है.
પતિ
पति
Are identical and derived from the Sanskrit word for husband. For famous, Gujarati also uses
प्रसिद्ध
which is a direct cognate of the Hindi.
प्रसिद्ध
Hindi does not commonly use
પ્રખ્યાત
in everyday language, but the term is understood and can be found in more formal or literary context.
એના પતિ પ્રખ્યાત કંપનીમાં ઇજનેર છે.
उसका पति एक प्रसिद्ध कंपनी में इंजीनियर है.
ટીકડી એને માથું દુખે છે માટે દવા લે છે.
गोली वह एक गोली लेता है क्योंकि उसे सिर दर्द है.
In Gujarati, it is an indirect pronoun, and it literally means to him, her, there is a headache.
थामा दुखावो
In Gujarati, literally means pain in the head, while
सिर दर्द
is the Hindi word for headache.
दवा
Is a general term for medicine in Gujarati, while
गोली
specifically means pill.
લે છે.
लेता है.
Indicate the action of taking something with gender agreement in Hindi. Both words are conjunction meaning because, used to connect the reason for taking the medicine.
એને માથું દુખે છે માટે દવા લે છે.
वह एक गोली लेता है क्योंकि उसे सिर दर्द है.
બઢતી હું ઈચ્છું છું કે જલ્દી જ મને પ્રમોશન મળે અને હું મેનેજર બનું.
पदोन्नति
मैं कामना करती हूँ कि मुझे जल्द ही मैनेजर की पदोन्नति मिल जाए.
The Gujarati
હું ઈચ્છું છું
literally means I want or I desire. The Hindi
मैं कामना करती हूँ
literally means I make a wish.
જલ્દી જ
जल्द ही
Both phrases mean soon, but
જલ્દી જ
Gujarati adds emphasis, suggesting something will happen immediately or very soon, while in Hindi
जल्द ही
conveys a similar meaning but without the same level of immediacy. Promotion is a direct transliteration of the English word, while
पदोन्नति
is a native Hindi word. Equivalent term in Gujarati is
उन्नति
બનું.
in Gujarati is more direct, stating a clear intention, while
मिल जाए.
in Hindi suggests hope or wishfulness, implying that the outcome is desired but not guaranteed.
હું ઈચ્છું છું કે જલ્દી જ મને પ્રમોશન મળે અને હું મેનેજર બનું.
मैं कामना करती हूँ कि मुझे जल्द ही मैनेजर की पदोन्नति मिल जाए.
If you have gotten to this point in the video, then you have seen how closely related these languages are. I hope this analysis has been useful for you. And if you have not already started studying them, why not download the Ling app to get started? Thank you for listening and see you in the next video.